Hi, Eddie Marcus here. Let it be known and let it be understood that as spokesman and advocate of basic human rights for all people, my heartfelt compassion, empathy, and love and hope for all of the people that have gone through these natural disasters, especially those who most recently going through it, even now. Florida, water everywhere. And I look at this on the news and I'm seeing people or imagining people who just got a loan to build some addition to their property or to get some property, car. And it's just devastating to see the damage that is done. To think about what's done in Hawaii. Think about the damage that is done. To think about what's done in Port Gibson, the damage that is done. Think about what is done in California with the fires, in Canada with the fires. To think about all of the devastations that's happening all across the country and all across the world. And yes, in the United States, we got FEMA. We'll try to come back and do the best we can to help people resettle. But the truth of the matter is, we know that we never do not enough. We leave things half done, and we feel good that we got something done, and the people who receive something usually gives us justification for feeling good about ourselves, while the others are still left out. And that's the concern that we have to deal with. Those that are left out, they must not be left out. When we think about those devastations, that could be us, ladies and gentlemen. And if it were us, you know you want every breath of life to move mountains and make things better for you. And so we should do the same to make things better for everyone else. Now, we live under a system that will not permit us to do that. I'll be honest with you. The system that we live under will not permit us to do that. Capitalism as we know it will not permit us to look after one another, because under capitalism, it's all about profit. It's all about making money. It's all about having money. It's not about giving. It's not about sharing. All that stuff is pretense to allow capitalism to continue to prevail as if it's compassionate. It's not. There's one system, ladies and gentlemen, that prepares us for any natural disaster or any disaster that comes, and that is the system that was designed from the beginning. That is the system that is designed from the beginning. Now, when I think about Puerto Rico, last thing I heard from Puerto Rico is that it was still destroyed. And I know why. And I know Port Gibson is still destroyed. And I know why. In fact, everywhere that's been devastated, somewhere, and most of it is still destroyed. And I know why. It's because of the system. So what kind of system would allow us to be able to be in control, to be the master of these situations? Well, it's a change system. Right now, we honor men and we hold them up in high esteem as being somebody. We call them the richest men in America, the richest men on earth. Because we have been trained to think that money is a tool that allows everybody to do as much as anything that can be done that they want to do. So if you got the money, we just think you're somebody important. We don't worry ourselves too much about how you got the money. All we want to do is you got it and how can we get some of it? And it might usually mean getting a job. Might mean selling our soul, but how can we get that money? So the system that works for everybody is a system that would allow the rich people of the country, the rich people of the world, it would permit them to live the same kind of lifestyles they've ever wanted to live. If they got the imagination to want to build SpaceX, the nation is behind building SpaceX. Or whatever else that you might want to do. The nation is behind it because it is designed for the good of the people. So nobody's going to try to stop you from doing what you want to do because of some not knowing, not understanding. No, the nation is for it. Only thing the nation is concerned that it does not cause pain and suffering to anyone else. You, my friends, is where the gift came from. And that came through you for the human spirit here in America or across the globe, wherever it will be used. Now, The thing of it is, what you have been able to do with money, you can still do it when you're dealing with the service of the American people or the people of the world. Whatever you were able to do for your own personal stuff, like enjoying life, none of that is taken away from any rich man. In fact, the hope is they can add more to it. The thing that you do not have control of, or that you do lose control of, is your power over people. No, you have power over your invention. You have power over your ideas, because we don't know anything about it but what you tell us. But about trying to manipulate people and send people this and dictate no, that stuff is over. Every man and every woman are individuals to themselves, and they are individuals to one for the other. But you, my friends, you can, whoever you are, you can introduce stuff to us, and we thank you for it. But not only that, we know that everything that is done, each of us are engaged in the process of making it happen. So when a disaster comes, we are prepared for it. When a disaster comes, we don't say where the money is coming from. We don't say how many billions might be spent. We don't care. No billions spent. The materials are used to do what has got to be done. So we need to change our attitude, my friends, that we're living to be who we are. There's no greater joy in life than being who you are. And being who you are is connected with everybody else and who they are. And in that, you are actually creating inventions, manifestations every day, all the time, joy of life. This is what I want you to understand. I want you to, I know you're not going to understand it just because I said it, but I want you to think about it, because it is the answer to our prayers. When you don't have to worry about insurance down in Florida, when you don't have to worry about the things that you are going to worry about today and tomorrow, but when you know that the builders across this nation and builders across the world, sometimes we have a disaster in another part of the country, or maybe even sometimes in other parts of the world. And because you got the ability, you go and assist. So now we're talking about people all over the country or all over the world coming because they are experts in what is needed to be done in these places of disaster. And it's a great joy to be able to, I'm going to be a part of that, and you're being a part of that. And in no time flat, that is rebuilt better than it ever was. And now we're waiting for the next place for us to show our love. And it might be doing any and everything that is being done every minute of the day. I want you to know that there's a great life that we're missing, a wonderful life that we're missing. But if we want to be able to help the disastrous ones, and the most disastrous one are all of us, we the people in America and across the globe, where the floods and hurricanes have been, they just were singled out to draw attention, to let us know where we fall short and how far short we fall. And that is to encourage us to think about a new way of doing things, not the way we've been doing things all our lives. The way we've been doing things all our lives is for somebody to amass money or resources that they can leave to their kids or their grandkids. Nothing happening out here. You just playing the evil way of life because we don't know the righteous way of life. But now, ladies and gentlemen, I, Eddie Marcus, spokesman and advocate of basic human rights for all people, challenge all people to let us get it right, to let us fix the problems, let us make sure that all of us can sail smooth, that we, the people, eradicate the problems and the sufferings that have been made manifest through our ignorance on this earth. Let us take care of that. That's what I'm challenging, and I'm asking all you church folks, I'm asking all you government people, I'm asking all you legal people, lawyers, and people who are just loving life or hating life or suffering. I'm asking all of us, let us change our minds. Let us get on the same mindset of a change that's going to bring about the answers to our prayers. All right? Till next time, this is Eddie Marcus saying goodbye for now.